When Noxon football coach Lucas MacArthur talked to his team before their final game of the season, he had a unique message.
My pregame talk, I wrote one thing on the board, and it was, I don't like this either, but let's go out and have some fun.
Noxon hadn't had the season it envisioned, losing 2 games that cost the Red Devils a spot in the 6-man playoffs. But that wasn't what MacArthur and his team didn't like. Their rival and frequent 6-man power Hot Springs was forced to forfeit the regular season finale due to the death of a teammate.
Hot Springs is, they're not that far away from us, but a lot of our student body was affected by it. A lot of our student body kind of knew the guy, and they liked him really well. I mean, they knew his family. They liked, very close with their family. So, I mean, when you look at the situation and how it happened, it's just as sad, it's terrible. I mean, we were hurt for them for quite a while too.
But MacArthur still wanted to do right by his team. So he started working the phones to try to give his players a proper send-off. He found Lima, which agreed to make the more than 350-mile trip to Noxon on short notice.
We weren't able to have a senior night game, so Lima decided to bring a few of their players down and come have a pickup game so we could have our senior night.
But the Bears had only 7 players. To help balance the rosters, 3 Noxon players volunteered to suit up for Lima. At halftime, more players switched jerseys.
You kind of just throw them out in a position and you kind of tell them what to do in the huddle, and the rest is kind of on them. They kind of do what they want.
The game at times might have felt like kids on the playground drawing plays in the dirt. But once the pads started hitting, none of that was evident.
I guess you could call it recess football or schoolyard football, but it was a real game. Guys were actually hitting each other. Just the dynamic between what was actually happening on the field, that's what changed the whole thing. So they played real football, but they played it in a way where there's a lot of love and compassion coming from both sides.
After the game, coaches couldn't have dragged their players off the field even if they wanted to. Players milled about, getting to know their new teammates and posing for photos together.
It felt nice to be able to bring these 2 communities together, even though we're hours away from each other. I mean, yeah, it was just, I'm really grateful for this community, both communities. And yeah, I couldn't ask for anything better, really.
A lot of the people around in Montana, especially in these small communities, you just kind of have to be united and stuff to just make things just work.
What started as a difficult week with a game many were unsure to play turned into an unforgettable Montana moment that bonded 2 communities.
So many people I've spoken with have made comments they just never seen anything like this. It's small communities like this where people rally behind one another, support one another, encourage one another. I don't think there was a bad thing you could say about what happened on that day with that football game and Lima coming and rallying behind us and keeping the spirit of football alive in this small community.
Reporting in Noxon, Slim Kimmel, MTN Sports.